My 600-Pound Life, Melissa M., Season 9, Episode 5, which premiered in 2021. She's 36 years old, from Florida, and she says that her weight has been an issue her entire life. When she was a kid, her mother was very verbally abusive to her, and so when her mom would basically feel bad that she'd said those things to her, she would give her food to try and make up for it. And she said also that it was very disrespectful in her house to not finish your whole plate, so her parents would basically load her plate up with an adult-sized portion and force her to eat every single morsel of it. At 8 years old, her parents' relationship wasn't going so well, they were bickering a lot more, and eventually he did leave, and that led her into a depression. At 8, she was 60 pounds, but then over that summer, she became 150 pounds. And over the next 5 years, she would put on another 100 pounds. At 13 years old, she was 250 pounds, and her mom kept commenting on her weight, which made it worse. Between the ages of 13 to 15, she did manage to lose some weight. She doesn't say specifically how much, but she started seeing somebody, and she did end up pregnant. And at 15 years old, her mom suggested she go to a clinic. She took her there, and they did terminate the pregnancy. And she says that even to this day, she still feels a lot of shame and guilt and just does not like that decision she made. She dropped out at the age of 16 from high school. Then from the age of 16 to 18, she gained 100 pounds, which put her around 400 pounds at that time. But before she left, she did meet her bestie, Shay, and they are still friends to this day. At 18, she was able to go back and get her high school diploma, and then shortly after, she got a job. At 22, she starts up at college, she's working, but then shortly after she loses her job, she spirals into depression and she does drop out of college. So at 23 years old, she is 450 pounds and she gets a job as a receptionist. When she was 27 years old, her father passed away, which brought on her depression again, and she ended up gaining weight. And at this time, she says she was over 500 pounds. One day while she was at work, she passed out. She knew her health was really degrading, and unfortunately, she had to stop working at that time. And when Melissa was 35 years old, her mother passed away very suddenly from kidney failure. She wasn't able to attend the wake or the funeral due to her size, and she was really ashamed about this. Her and her friend, they get on a plane, they fly down there, and she weighs in at 592 pounds. Now, she is only 4 foot 11 inches, and that puts her normal weight at 90 pounds. So she is more than 500 pounds overweight this time. And Dr. Now says, go home, lose 60 pounds in the next 2 months, and then we'll talk about weight loss surgery. Month 2, she is at home in Florida. She says that she is doing great. She's doing everything almost to 100%. She slipped up a little bit, but she's doing great. So then we come back in month 3, she's at Dr. Now's office. She is 548 pounds. That is a loss of 44 pounds, not the 60 that she was supposed to lose. And she admits to her faults, and Dr. Now says that he appreciates that she fessed up and admitted to what she had done wrong. So he says, go home in the next 2 months, lose another 40 pounds, and then we'll talk about weight loss surgery. She gets back home to Florida and she does a Zoom call with Dr. Paradise, and they talk about her family, about her mom. Dr. Paradise says that you need to work towards letting go of your mom's unmet expectations for you. In month 4, we see her. She is at home. She's doing her exercises. Everything seemed to be going great. And she says through therapy, she's realized that she is more than just her weight. Like, she is a person, and that is not dependent on what her weight is. That her value is not because of her weight. Month 5, she goes to see Dr. Now. She weighs in at 507 pounds. That's a recent weight loss of 41 pounds, a total weight loss of 85 pounds. Dr. Now says, I will approve you for weight loss surgery if you continue to lose weight, but you need to move to Houston, Texas. And she says that she's really concerned about that because her entire support system is at home in Florida. And for anybody that doesn't know, that's not like a little drive. It's a couple hours on a plane. It's a 2 or 3 day drive from Florida to Houston, Texas. And she says, I can't move here right now. My entire support system's there. So he says, look, if you lose 100 pounds, I will do the surgery. You'll have to stay here just for a few days to recover, but then you can go home and we can do the program remotely. Month 6, she chats again with Dr. Paradise, and he says, I really need you to start leaving the house, going out more, meeting new people. And so she goes to the grocery store for the first time. In month 7, she sits down with her friend Shay, and Dr. Paradise has asked her to open up about more things. And so she talks to Shay about a boyfriend that she had that really crossed a boundary and just opens up more about herself to her friend. In month 8, she is 469 pounds. That is a recent weight loss of 38 pounds, 123 total. She asked Dr. Now, please, just one more chance. He says, if you can lose the 62 pounds that you were supposed to have lost, then we'll do the surgery. But he's really concerned because her weight loss is slowing and she's hardly losing anything at all. And he says at some point you're going to stop and you will start gaining weight again. In month 9, she says she's doing really great with her diet. She is not snacking at all. She ends up meeting somebody, and her and Elijah meet for the first time, and they go to this park that has like outdoor exercise equipment. And he's really encouraging to her in her journey. In month 10, she goes back to see Dr. Now. She is 440 pounds, a recent weight loss of 29 pounds, 153 in total. And in month 11 is where we leave off with her. She goes on another date with Elijah. She's decided not to move to Houston, Texas, and she says that she's going to make Elijah the best mac and cheese he has ever had. So what has she been up to since she was on the show? Most of her social media is pretty buttoned down. Like on her Facebook, there's really not a lot. There's a couple of photos. They're highly edited. They're kind of at like the high angle. They don't really show much of her, so I'm not exactly sure how she's doing. Her Instagram is very buttoned up, but somebody who follows her and who has access to her posts on Instagram say that in 2022, she did say she was filming again. Her show did come out in 2021, so her saying in 2022 that she was filming was not for the original show. We assume it was for a Where Are They Now episode, but as of right now, they have not put out her Where Are They Now episode, if they're going to ever, if that's really what that was for. TLC and Discovery Plus did release a couple of new episodes of My 600 Pound Life Where Are They Now just a few days ago, but she was not one of them. So back to her, she is single, so her and Elijah did not work out, but it does say that they are still good friends. At least as of 2021, there hasn't been any more like posts or tag photos or anything after that, so I'm not really sure where they stand now. But it does say on her Facebook she is single and that she is a digital creator. Most of what her Facebook is reposts of other people's reels, and it is a lot of kind of random stuff. But it is also a lot of like exercise programs, at-home exercising, healthy meals, etc. She says that she is still doing some fitness. She is still working on her weight loss journey. She was really sweet and really sincere through the entire show. And I just love that even though she didn't meet her goals, she always tried to stay positive about it. And that she did admit like, yep, I messed up. I'll try better next time. And so whatever she's up to, wherever she is, whoever she's dating or not dating, or whatever she weighs or doesn't weigh, she just seems like a really genuine, sincere, sweet person. And so I hope all the best for her. I hope that she continues on her journey. I hope that she finds somebody that is really good for her. And I just wish her all the best.